playing at home. They're going on the road. They're going to come back 2 weeks. Obviously, when you look at both tennis programs, what about just the advantage of playing at home?
Yeah, we always love playing at home. We've traveled a lot this season, and we put in the work to put ourselves in the situation of playing at home. So, yeah, we're looking to take advantage of that. And, yeah, we've been able to be here in Aggieland for the last few weeks, sleeping in our own beds and practicing on our courts every day. And, yeah, UCLA's had to travel a bit. They've had to travel to Vanderbilt, over to Nashville, and back to LA, and then they'll have to travel right back to College Station. So yeah, we look for every advantage you can get this time of the season. Getting down to elite teams, come down to an inch here, an inch there. Who wins the big point in this game? Who wins the big point in that game? So we'll take every advantage we can get. Home court advantage is key. So we want to take full advantage of that opportunity that we work so hard for.
Scott reporting on Vanderbilt for us? I mean, not UCLA for us. You got me saying Vanderbilt. Scott reporting UCLA.
Yeah, we know their players somewhat. We don't play against them all that much, so we played a few of their players over the years, and I know that the number 4 girl, the Kate Fockey, we played her a little bit at the All-American this fall, so we're pretty familiar with her. I'm familiar with a couple of the other players, but not all that well. But yeah, at the end of the day, obviously we like to try to find game plans for our opponents, but we do always keep the emphasis on us and playing our side of the court and taking care of our business. But it'll be a battle. They're a very talented team. UCLA's always been one of the premier programs for quite some time, and yeah, we're looking forward to a high-quality tennis match.
How do you, for several years now, you're playing this late in the season when you play so many matches. I mean, how do you get your team to elevate its level this late in the year when it's already been such a long season?
There's definitely maybe a bit of an art to it. I guess when you've done it for quite a while, you try to figure out what works and what doesn't. After the SEC tournament, we were pretty worn down, just to be quite honest. We for our standard of work ethic and practice, we went a little bit light that week. I believe we took 2 days off, which we hardly ever take 2 days off, but I do think that really helped us kind of refresh our mind, refresh our bodies. Even that week of practice wasn't all that strenuous, and then we got back to work. This time of the season, it can get pretty hot and humid, so our bodies have to get acclimated to the warmer temperatures. It looks like it'll be a pretty nice day for Friday, but yeah, we've been pushing really hard for about the last week and a half or so, and we're pretty healthy for the most part, and playing some very good tennis. So we'll take where we are right now.
That core group knows what it's like to be at the end. Just how motivating do you think that is to some of them right now?
Yeah, I think it's a very experienced group. It's a group that can, for the most part, can say been there and done that. And Lexington Reed's our lone freshman, and our upperclassmen can definitely help with that. And Lexington has already played a ton of big matches in just her freshman year and has come through a bunch of times for us. But yeah, pretty much everybody else for the most part has played this deep in the season, and it's easy to get caught up in all the outside distractions and forget about it's just focusing on the simple things of what we need to do to play our best tennis. So I feel like our group doesn't get too in all of the big stages and don't listen so much to all the outside noise and just focus on ourselves and what we need to do to be in the right mindset. The tennis is there. We've performed at a very high level all season. It's far more of our mindset, and I'm confident our group will be ready to go on Friday.
What about Reed? I think you had her 5th early, go down to 6. Now she come back up. You mentioned that. What clicked about her, or was that just getting the freshman out of her, so to speak? Or what about her progress?
Yeah, she's had a great season. I think we have had her at 6 all season. We had a few injuries and a few sicknesses, I think, is why she was up at 5 a few times. But yeah, she's got the type of game where I feel like she could play almost anywhere in the lineup. But yeah, I mean, Lexington was one of the top recruits in the United States, and it's never easy coming in as a freshman. But she's just very even-keeled with her composure. The composure is one of our big challenges this season, I feel like, and it's very impressive how just level-headed she is on the court. Doesn't get too up, doesn't get too down. Really handles the nerves quite well, and everybody has nerves out there. It's just more of how you handle them. I think her emotions are very stable on the court, and she does a great job of just resetting and getting her mind ready for the next point. Just very calm composure for her.
Is the weather, I mean, that must make it difficult practicing kind of, this week and this time of year?
Yeah, we make the best of it, as we always do. We did some private hits this morning at our covered courts in Bryan, and we're about to go right back to the covered courts in Bryan to get some doubles work in. So we make the best of the situation, and it looks like we'll have some nice weather after we get through this. It's been some pretty wild weather out there. My car's had hail damage for 2 months, and it's still waiting to get my car back. So, but yeah, it's been some pretty extreme weather we've had here the last few months or so. But we're ready to go. We'll be ready to go. Weather looks great as soon as we can just get through today.
You mentioned Reed, the other one's blending in with her, so that made me wonder, Mark, obviously that's the culture, but when did you know you had that? How long did it take you to do that culture? I mean, like you're in the 7th, 8th year, did you do that in 3, 4 years, or 6 years? Did you know at a certain point, oh, we've got the culture the way we want it?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to have the culture the way we want it for a while now. It's not that easy to get to that point, and we've been able to sustain it at a pretty high level. Tennis is such an individual sport. We've got a lot of very individually focused players that want to play pro tennis, and tennis, it's not a team sport unless you're in college athletics or you're fortunate enough to play for your Fed Cup team or your Davis Cup team. And when we tell the recruits, we're very just straightforward with them. If you want to work hard, this is a place for you. If you don't want to work hard, it's probably not the right place for you. We're going to treat you as well as any coaches are going to treat you, but our standard of work ethic's very high. So I think that's really, helped us find the right culture, and you can't always get it right. And yeah, if you don't want to get after it here, you're going to be kind of the outsider, and it's going to be hard to fit in. So I think it's a pretty simple formula. Can't always get it right, but we've been pretty fortunate for about, like you said, probably the last 7 or 8 years. So.